Yo, what's going on? Today's Unfiltered podcast is Friday, 17th November, 2023. So all week long on the various platforms, I've been picking on the Buffalo Bills and their fans. Not their fans, but the Bills and their struggles. Yeah, I think it's time to have that chat with the Bengals and their fans. Bengals fans, tough loss last night. Tough loss not because it was not competitive, but tough loss because of the fact they injuries. Joe Burrow gets hurt in the second quarter, which apparently he was supposedly hurt. The NFL is actually investigating why the Bengals did not put him on the injury list before the game. But yeah, the Bengals are officially in trouble. Now, I'll say this much, and this all depends on how things play out. First off, Joe Burrow's health. If Joe Burrow's healthy, I still like the chance to get in the playoffs. Even with all the tiebreakers that they're currently losing off on, even though they're currently, number 8, I think, or number 9 in the wild card race. Currently, we'll see how it plays out after this weekend slate of games. You know, the difference between Buffalo and Cincinnati is that when healthy, Cincinnati's a better team. It's that simple. So I have less worries about the Bengals than do with the Bills. But the Bengals season could be over for various reasons. But and one of the reasons is actually similar to the Bills. Also, the schedule. You know, we talk about the Bills' schedule and how tough it is going forward, and it's brutal. You're playing literally the two best teams in football after this week in the Chiefs and the Eagles. The Bengals schedule going forward is just unforgiving themselves. You know, going forward, they still got to play Pittsburgh twice. You got the Steelers next week, Jaguars on the road. The Colts might be the easiest game of the bunch on the schedule, and they're in the race in the wild card race themselves. The Vikings at home, which all of a sudden now is a tough game because the Vikings are actually much better than we thought. At Pittsburgh, then to KC, which is going to be a humongous game for the Bengals. And then to close the year out against the Browns team that they can't beat no matter how good or bad they are. So, it could be the Bengals season could be over. I'm going to say hold off on that only because of Joe Burrow. Now, if Joe Burrow is going to miss next week or multiple weeks going forward, then we got a conversation now because, you know, since you want, Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in football. Like you saw even last night when he got hurt, they were up 10-7. Like they were playing well. They were up 10-7, and then he gets hurt, and then the game. Not insane because the quarterback was it Browning his last name, the back quarterback of the Bengals. Not insane, it's his fault lost the game, but he ain't Joe Burrow. He's not Joe Burrow, and that's the bottom line. Like, if Joe Burrow's not healthy, you're a different team. It's like same with Pat Mahomes. If Pat Mahomes is not available for the Chiefs are done. It applies to pretty much every single team with an elite quarterback in football. Joe Burrow is that dude. So their schedule, and by the way, the Bengals had a shit ton of injuries coming into the game. You know? Not named Joe Burrow. And then Burrow's hurt. Now, here's the good news for the Bengals right now. That AFC wildcard picture, and next week we're going to break this down. We'll do an episode on this after week 11. We'll break down the wildcard race. But right now, at the playoffs start today, you're 5. Because look, the Bengals have real quick. The Bengals have no shot winning the AFC. One thing I had last night is for certain is that their chances to win the division pretty much done. Ravens win again last night, so now the Ravens have a 3-game lead on them, and on top of that, the tiebreaker, because they've beaten the Bengals twice this year. So technically a 4-game lead with the Bengals right now with 7 to go. So that's pretty much barring a miracle and a Ravens collapse to end the season. AFC North is Ravens to lose. So the Bengals' only chance in the playoffs now is against the wild card. Right now, if the playoffs start today, your wild card team is as follows. The 5 seed is the Steelers, 6 seed is the Browns, 7 seed is the Texans. Currently, Two of those teams, the Bengals have lost to already, the Texans and the Browns. Still face the Steelers twice going forward, so how that plays out. So the Bengals are not by no means out of it, okay? So, but we got to see where they're. First off, Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow's healthy, I still give him a punch chance to still get in the playoffs. Okay? The three teams right now in the wild card, look, I'm not surprised the Steelers are in the wild card currently right now, because I picked them to go to the playoffs when they started, but it's the how they got here. They're not. Look, how the hell they're 6-3 is beyond comprehension, because they've been inconsistent most of the year. Certainly on the opposite side of the ball. The defense, of course, is incredible. You got Mikey Tomlin, of course, one of the best coaches in football. Give him his flowers. So, I mean, on one hand, you should be surprised. On the other hand, you're surprised. The Browns, also 6-3. And Deshaun Watson has played like crap most of the year. He's not out for the year. So, it begs to differ now. Can the Browns continue to sustain this? With a backup or a third string right now in the fold. The Texans, surprise of the year, obviously. CJ Stroud, MVP conversation candidate, in my opinion. Can they sustain this? They still got to sustain it. So you have three teams in the wild card currently that I'm not going to sit there and say are necessarily like world beaters or I'm confident they're going to hold on to the spots. I think the Browns or Steelers will hold one, at least one of those teams, two teams that are guaranteed to hold those spots. The Texans, we'll see how they go this weekend. They got a game against Arizona this weekend. That can go either way. I think that could be a little bit of a trap game. I think they should win the game, but who knows? Kyler Murray's back. You still got Buffalo on the heels. Still got the Chargers on the heels on the outside wild card. So it's not like the Bengals don't have a shot here. The reason why I have more concern for the Bills than the Bengals is because the Bills, while they're in the same situation, a lot of their issues are internal too. Not just the fact they can't win games now, but there's clearly an issue between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, and then they fired their offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey for reasons I don't know. So their issues are more internal. The Bengals are more so in a situation where, okay, if Joe Burrow's healthy, even with the schedule, I still think they get in the playoffs. But that's if Joe Burrow's healthy. The good news, we don't know how serious this injury is. The good news to the Bengals now is that they'll have now 11 days now between the next game today and the next game. So if Burrow's injury isn't super serious, he has an extra couple days to heal up. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. Excuse me. I didn't sneeze. We'll see. Bengals are in trouble, yes. But it's better about their chance than the Bills. So, anyway. Talk to you guys later.